The playoffs are here, and you can predict the action all the way to the finals with FanDuel Predicts. Predict the spread, the total points, and even the game-winning moments that make the playoffs. Sign up and get a $25 bonus with FanDuel Predicts.
Offered by FanDuel Prediction Markets, LLC, a registered futures commission merchant. 18-plus bonus is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Trading derivatives involves significant risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Manage your activity with their consumer protection tools. Restrictions apply. See terms at FanDuel.com/predicts/bonus-offer-terms.
Excuse me! Taxi!
What are you doing? This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Oh boy, it is hot. Super hot. Oh. The number to reach us this hour, 800-848-9222. So with the weather in mind, Mamdani roasted for telling New Yorkers to set their air conditioners to 78 degrees during this blistering heat wave baking the Big Apple. The socialists, and this is what they're good at, telling the rest of us what we need to do. Is his thermostat set to 78? Is the AC in your police chauffeur-driven vehicle, is the AC on in that vehicle? Of course it is. So Mamdani tweets on X, New York, it's hot out there and the power grid is working overtime to keep us cool. Set your AC to 78 degrees. Turn off lights, electronics you're not using, and unplug what you can. Thank you very much, Mr. Socialist. Someone also putting on social media, as a New Yorker, I'll be setting my AC to 62 degrees for the foreseeable future as a direct retaliation to your authority. 800-848-9222. Another New York City story. NYPD cops blasting Mamdani for delaying their holiday pay ahead of July 4th as the finest are pulling in 12-hour shifts for the busy weekend. But the biggest slap in the face coming from this mayor, from Mayor Mamdani, and we have a lot to get to this hour, is Mamdani is planning to deliver an American 250th speech hours ahead of the President of the United States. So the last time I checked, Mamdani, you were born in Uganda. I think Uganda. And you're going to deliver a presidential-style speech Friday for America's 250th birthday, what's being billed by your aides as a major address, and you're going to do so ahead of President Trump. You're going to upstage the President of the United States. And according to his team, the speech will reflect on New York City's role in national history. What would you know about New York City's role in national history, Mamdani, except for being an opportunist? How dare you upstage the President of the United States? You really do think you're bigger than just the mayor. Your job, garbage, sanitation, health, police, that's your job. That's it. You're not on the national stage. I know you think you are, Mamdani, but you are absolutely not. We're going to come back to that in just 1 second. You talk about a slap in the face. I see your calls coming in. We're about to begin with them momentarily. You talk about a slap in the face. The mother of Sheridan Gorman, the young lady, the 18-year-old from Westchester County, New York, shot in the back of the head by a migrant that had been released during the Biden administration. She says, the mother, that while she was testifying about her daughter, who was killed by an illegal alien released under the Biden administration, she says Democrats were napping.
Jessica,
one of the Democratic representatives there was napping while they were giving the opening remarks, and when the other angel father was giving his testimony. When they came to me, I literally was just here to give tell the story of Sheridan and her extraordinary love and life.
You said something.
They were napping.
Absolutely horrible. Members of Congress, and we're about to go from bad to worse with the socialists that are coming into the next session. 800-848-9222. Dominic Carter here with you. We're about to begin with your calls momentarily. But Governor Dum Dum, Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota, facing backlash. Why? Because Minnesota's Board of Pardons voted to pardon a man convicted of repeatedly sexually assaulting a 10-year-old girl.
New accusations against top officials in Sanctuary State, Minnesota, over protecting an illegal immigrant convicted of repeatedly sexually assaulting a 10-year-old girl. It's a hard story to talk about and to read about, but it happened and we need to tell you. Homeland Security accusing Governor Tim Walz of granting a pardon, effectively just wiping away his criminal record to help shield the man from a final order of deportation.
So Brooke Taylor is on that. She joins us now for more. And Brooke, what did you find out? Good morning.
Hi, Bill. Good morning. Well, Governor Tim Walz facing major backlash for this. So he sits on the board that pardoned this convicted child sex offender as he was just about to be deported. So back in 2006, Tao Lee Vang right here, he was convicted of repeatedly sexually assaulting a 10-year-old girl in Minnesota. He pleaded guilty in a deal that kept him out of prison. DHS says that conviction cost him his legal status and made him deportable. Well, the details in these court documents, they're too graphic for me to repeat to you on air, but it describes the abuse spanning 2 years from the time the victim was 10 to just 12 years old. The girl told investigators she met Vang through her older sister, who he later married.
And so there you have it, Governor Dum Dum Tim Walz. This guy needs to be removed from office. I see your telephone calls on this hot day. I just want to mention this. Even Stephen A. Smith, the world of sports, says Democrats are in deep trouble when it comes to socialists that have infiltrated their party. I'm about to start with your telephone calls in just 1 second. But even Stephen A. Smith on what's going on.
I think that it will sell in New York and California, but will it sell in a general election? I don't believe so, and I believe that could ultimately spell doom for the Democratic Party. You can beat Trump. You can beat any of his successors, but in order to do so, you're going to have to come together as a party under one umbrella, and you can't be reliant on the fringes. You can't be at the mercy of those on the extreme left. You're going to have to be somewhat closer to the center, because socialism, I don't believe, will work in the general election. And that's why I've taken the position that I've taken in that regard.
Now, starting with your calls, I have to go back to Mamdani. Mamdani, I know you're the mayor, but do you really think that people listen to you and look to you for advice? You're a joke, a failed rapper, at best. That's what you are. Someone that's selling $1 in a dream to a bunch of people that don't know any better. That's what you are, Mamdani. So what do? You tell people in this heat wave to set their temperatures to 78 degrees while the heat is blistering. Okay, the power grid, we got to keep it up and running. But you're not the man of moral authority to be delivering this message. You're delaying holiday pay for NYPD officers ahead of this 4th of July. But the worst insult, the slap in the face, you're going to upstage the President of the United States of America on July 4th and deliver a speech? You, who wasn't even born in this country? Mamdani, don't you get it? You're a joke. It's as simple as that.
The Marine Toys for Tots foster care program is bringing hope to children who need it most. Every 2 minutes, a child enters foster care, often with only a small bag of belongings. More than 400,000 children face trauma and uncertainty, many before age 8. This May, during Foster Care Awareness Month, Toys for Tots is creating Room for Joy. In 2025, nearly 375,000 children received comfort through toys, books, and essentials, reminding them they are not alone. Donate now and change a child's life.